Hashtag the smoke.
That is right. Hashtag Dirty South. Winston-Salem, which is in the South. I was told earlier today there was no collectors in the South. I guess Battery, who's packing and down to 12 boxes and 3 beers. Nice. Cardgrass turning data into baseball cards. What's up? Hello, everyone. From Jeff. Nice to see y'all here this evening. Got quite a few views. Not for me. I keep saying I get quite a few. For me, I got some views yesterday on Saturday. In a little better place today. Thanks for y'all tuning in. I always get pumped up for these Sundays. Really enjoy them. Just got finished and opening a blaster of WNBA Prism and hit a Caitlin. So I'm happy about that. So good day. I don't open too much, but I've been doing hey Brian, got you. I saw your what you left yesterday. Thank you very much. Or well, I think it was today on yesterday's video. We got Joe in the house. So yeah, I haven't really been doing too much. I've gotten some oh, you're watching Rambo? Yeah, this is a weird time of year, isn't it? Like Sunday night, football season's over. I don't watch basketball, so I don't even know if there's like basketball on tonight. Might be some hockey, but most of the hockey's on the afternoon. Just a weird time of year for sports. I guess it might have been auto racing today. I used to be huge in auto racing. And when it came up with a lot of dumb rules, I kind of got out. Also, I used to watch with my best friend. And when, when he got married and everything, we still watched it, I just kind of, and I had other friends that I'll watch with. It's just racing to me is more fun with a group. And when I watch other sports, I much rather watch it by myself because I don't like the way sometimes I respond erratically sometimes. You didn't watch the Braves beat the Yankees 11-1. No. NBA, college basketball, college softball, love this time of year. Yeah, college softball. I've been watching a lot of highlights. These women, holy cow, how quick they are to the ball now. I talked to my dad. Well, if you watch our channel tomorrow, we talked. Caitlin Clark came up, and everybody knows I'm a huge Caitlin Clark fan. They are training like men. There's no difference in the training. I was watching a TikTok video of the 5'7" girl. What's up, Reese? Hope I see you next weekend. Cardgraphs, the one from 2008 where he kills everyone from the back. Oh, it's yes. Are you certain they're all? Well, I'm not going to check them because they scare someone. But this girl, she can't dunk, but she can dunk it at like coming off the rim. It reminded me of like when I was in high school. I could get it like right at the rim. I couldn't dunk, but I had some hops for a fat guy. But man, these women, I don't know if any of them are going to be slamming like, doing Michael Jordan or Dominique Wilkins windmills or anything like that. But I think the more athleticism, you can see they're getting better. It used to be the hardest shot in women's basketball was a layup because they just didn't know how to jump. And now they work out like the men do. So, still very entertaining. And I can't wait to go to the game this summer with Ed when I go to National. So, and I collect. I've been looking at some WNBA cards. Thanks to Kate, I know her cards are up there, and some of the other ones are too that I looked at. But I never, because of her, I'm collecting WNBA cards and more professional. Like I used to love women's golf. I got back into that. I like golf, period. So I just can't get into 6'5", couldn't dunk, mostly couldn't. But are you certain they're all women? I'm an Oklahoma fan, so softball's pretty fun. Yeah, Oklahoma. They got a good team this year, as usual. Did you wear a turtleneck? I think I know who you are, Card Graph. In high school, I did. But not while I was playing basketball. 6'5", couldn't dunk, mostly couldn't hold on to the ball. Yeah. I'd be there Friday and Saturday, so definitely hope to see you. Yeah, I'm going to get in town. I'm shooting for Friday evening where I might head over there. I don't know, but I think we might go out to dinner that night, Reese. Hopefully you can join up or whatever. Okay, technically I've dunked the basketball. It wasn't graceful. There you go. I was 6'2". I even had trouble dunk. We used to play on 8-foot rim and had a trouble dunking on that. Just getting the ball, like you said, my hand, the ball over the rim. Almost killed myself, knocked myself out trying. What's up, Mike O? Pleasure seeing you here tonight.
What is up, Big Scott 35?
Not much, man. How has your collecting week gone?
Sort of non-existent, kind of. Just so busy, so tired that so little time.
Yeah, this week I took a few days off from work I took a mental break, a mental sabbatical. I doing some stuff. I played a lot of video games. I'm not gonna lie. But I picked up today. Like I said, not grading with PSA. I'm trying to pick up Gary. I picked up a Gary Carter 1987 Tiffany for $10 shipped. So PSA 8, which I feel is not bad for Tiffany, especially 87 where they were still all centered anyway.
So, yeah. I shouldn't say non-existent. I did get some mail in. I didn't get a chance to make a video, but nothing crazy in terms of just, I don't know. I'm just in one of those stretches where every now and then I only get a chance to go through or pick up the mail once a week or every 10 days. So got some cheap stuff that I've picked up here and there. And then I actually have a giant lot of Phillies that I had purchased from an auction house. And it's big enough that it had to be shipped in 3 packages. And so far, only 1 showed up.
Did you get the Smokey the Bear one, though?
That one I do physically have. But the pricier stuff, not that there's anything super crazy in it, but those ones are in transit. And this other one showed up on like Wednesday. So they're saying they're going to be delivered tomorrow, but still get a little nervous when things, 3 things shipped at the very same time from the same place and a couple go missing. It's not something you're super happy about.
Envelopes, eBay envelopes. Good luck. It's been terrible, and now I keep buying, but I'm finding good deals. I know what I turned 175. I sold 175 cards in 2 months. That's good for me on Sport Lots. So I'm a quarter-ear. So I bought 19 cards with that. But man, a couple of cards that's tough to find is those T206s. In the last few years. I got a couple that are really short print Pete Alonso's. So I was happy, and I just took what I paid, my Sport Lots gains and used it for those. So I clicked off some cards there, and they won't cheat. I mean, they won't, $100 or anything like that, but I got one for 50, and then with the Ooze It back. And the other one was a blank back. And I think that Ooze It is like numbered to 5, I think.
Those things are pretty tough. And I don't know. The thing is, like, there's people who are very, very into it. And there's other people who, don't even consider looking into the product. Or even if they do open a little bit, they might not even know anything about it. And some of those short prints get tossed in a random box and they might not be seen for 20 years. So you never know.
Yeah, that's why I kind of, I was happy to see these. The one thing I didn't like, so there was a couple of autographs, and this is the one thing I don't like about Sport Lots. And I can ask them to take a picture, but they didn't have a picture, and they want hundreds of dollars for them.
Yeah, you get that pricey. I think it's probably worth the picture. I understand the 50-cent and dollar stuff, but
right. I took a picture of a $4 card for somebody, so which was an Eric Davis silver Allen or Gypsy Queen, I think. That was numbered. It's a pretty low number. I can't remember that year. But I don't usually look for. I'm not the guy because I don't really like the small cards, but it's got Pete Alonso. I got to have it, right? So,
especially since he's still a Met, at least for a little while. But right. I actually picked up a few McFarlanes too, going back to like the old school stuff that I was doing like 20 years ago.
Right.
Just a couple beat up ones. Finally picked up my Mac Jones about 4 years later for $5. So why not?
Yeah, I do have. I think your all the stuff I've been holding, the Myco vault I have there. I think those got delivered this week. I got to go pick them up.
There you go.
Mike requires pictures for all Von Hayes. Yeah. So United States Postal Service.
I think I got some cool Von Hayes too. They're not like standard cards. I got. So this one group of stuff I got a lot of. There's some cards, some team issued stuff, but a lot of like team issued things, and even like. I don't know. I probably got like 50, 60 pockets. Got just a crazy amount of stuff, like more than I even need. So some of it and some duplicate stuff at some point. I'll probably go through and sell off some of it. But I got a bunch of fun stuff that, in the end, not incredibly expensive. And things like that can just be fun. I don't know. Lately, I don't know how you've been. I've been a little light on the YouTube sports card viewing. I watch a lot of YouTube and I listen to a lot, but
yeah,
I've been watching a lot of the guys like, I'm always going to watch and support friends of mine in the hobby. Every now and then, some of you guys, like, I might get a little behind. I probably watch about 15 of them at once, but I'm like seeking out when I'm like, I want to watch some card stuff. I'm seeking out the collector channels. I just watched Hitman 23's video. Like,
yeah, I did too. That was a very good, it was a cleanser for me before I started this video.
I just can't do the same regurgitated value-based things. Like if it's a new product, I want to see a break and see kind of what's unfolding. And, every now and then there's something a little different. There's a guy who makes awesome Phillies videos. He did something like top 10 Harper sales. I don't know if it was a brand new video, but somewhat recent. It popped in. It was kind of interesting just to see they're all Harpers that I wouldn't. In the perfect world, if I had trillions of dollars, I'd pick them all up. But obviously, they were all crazy superfractors and things. Went for $5,000-$10,000, which would never even consider. So I watched that one recently, but I just the same value based.
Yeah,
what's going up? I just don't need to see it right now. I see those cards all the time. I love a lot of those cards, but. I've just been, since we haven't even been talking as much as we usually would, at least I don't feel like I am. I feel like I participate in some chats and stuff sparingly just because I've been so busy lately. So I think I feel burned out a little bit just from being busy. It's not necessarily a hobby type of thing or anything like that. But
yeah. So, Reese, those penny sleeves, do you get the small ones or I like the one that fits a full size. So that's what I put them in. And
I buy both.
I don't like because it defeats the purpose of having them small. Once Mike turned me on the full size penny sleeve with the sleeve in it, and they do make the Bowman.
I have them all. I have the small sleeves and I put them in the small top loader some, and then I do the one you're talking about, the insert in the top loader. And then I actually am a big fan of the tobacco-sized magnetics. I don't go crazy for magnetics, generally speaking, but the tobacco-sized ones are pretty cool. I like picking them, and sometimes you can buy them in groups where you get them pretty cheap because they're not crazy popular.
Yeah, I like the full size because it makes them full size. They don't get lost in the boxes and
yeah, but those full-size magnetics are pretty cool for the tobacco minis.
Yeah, I don't know if I have any reason to get a tobacco mini. Usually, if I'm going to do that, I'd just rather get it graded. But I'm sure if I do, now I know I can get those. Yeah, Carlisle, Bowman sleeves. Mike actually turned me on to those too. They're great. I got those when I picked up the that 52 set that what's his face did, and I put them in a binder so that way it fits the binder better. I like having the sleeves so all my cards are uniform. What's the singular of Phillies? Is it Philly or Philly? Michael probably knows.
Everyone says IE.
IE, okay.
For players, for like the team. If people are talking about the city, then it's a Y.
Right. When you go to Philly, you're going to know why. I got you. Yeah. So, this week is a bit kind of all over. I bought more wax this week than I have in a long time, but it was, like I said, I bought WNBA Prism. I bought a blaster of Monopoly and got a Caitlin Clark rookie in the Monopoly one.
How big of a checklist is that Monopoly? Like, I don't even know what you get in those things.
I don't know. I'll have to look it up. It's a different picture than the Prism this year. So now I have her in Prism. I have her in Select. I put some bids out for PWCC tonight and for some of her rookie cards that were instant prisms that are that people don't really like, but I can afford those, so it's nice to have those. What's up, everybody? Did I miss any hobby stupidity this week, Gary? Gary, it's
well, I'm sure you did, but nothing.
I bought a box of 93 score baseball. I can't wait to rip all those packs open. Going to put the set together, ripping. Yeah, at 93, you probably still did.
93 is what it's 93 the blue border score.
Yeah, I think they're kind of nice looking for my. But yeah, I did hear today from a friend of ours through a friend that, let's see, there's no collectors in the South, so I guess me and you, Carlisle, and everybody in Florida and Legends Never Die. I mean, there's in North Carolina, there's a shit ton of us here that are on YouTube, much less not. there's card. That's one thing that's down here that I really like is we have quite a few card shops. I don't really go to card shops like I used to because I don't buy boxes. I used to buy my boxes just to support my local card shops. But if I'm just buying singles, they don't really do singles like when I was growing up because they don't open products. When I was growing up, they would get a case and open it themselves and sell singles.
I used to buy I used to stop by and buy packs from my LCS because I actually would always, not always obviously, but pretty often I would get like an auto or something decent because it was like I could count on him being honest. Like it wasn't one of those card shops where, they yank stuff out or play games. But then over time I would mostly just, I don't know, go in there and buy some discount stuff every now and then, some singles. But now, honestly, like I can never, my availability doesn't line up with them too well. So I actually had won some stuff from an auction they did with the shop, not as often as I used to. And I actually had to coordinate with them to, I picked it up from a store next door and left him money because we just weren't able to work it out where I could get there during his business hours.
Yeah, I when I was in Iowa, that store there, it was a bigger store, so he had a lot of singles that I could go through, and he bought a lot of collections. So I would go in there and he'd just have a collection in the back and just let me have first dibs at it. So that was nice. You know,
there's in Quakertown there's a pretty decent shop. They have like insane amounts of dollar boxes and cheap boxes and stuff, which I only really would get to when I would be up in the Allentown area. But
yeah, around here there's a lot of smaller shops, so they don't have that. But you know, again, I could sit here and go on Sport Lots or whatever, get the same thing at the luxury of my. I know I like to support my local card shops. The ones I do go to them when I go out of town, some bigger ones, but the ones in town here, I went a few times. I bought a couple of cards that I liked, and after that, it didn't really didn't have much. Off topic, but do I have to box the clothes in my dresser drawers, or will the movers be okay if I leave them in there? Yeah, they're going to tell you to either they're going to box them or you need to box them if you have movers. Because that's every time that I move with movers, I've had to take them out. Your movers might be cool though. I don't know.
I'm trying to think how many card shops there are around. I know there's one by the one mall that's probably not that far from Ed, but that one's tiny.
I did like the Rip Night they did, you know, with Tops and everything. Fanatics pushing the local stores with that. That was cool, but you know, would it be better? Tops, make the shit affordable and make it there for us to get. Don't give them one case and go, that's all they get. You know, allocate what they need and stop the bullshit. But that's neither here nor there.
Oh, man.
Yeah, that's the way it always is with packing. You think you got it done, and it's always one more. Moving from Iowa to here sucked. I thought I was going to move closer to work, but I decided to sign a lease to stay here just to have one headache I don't have to worry about. It's not moving right now, so I have a loan for my car. I like to pay that off before I do anything else, so I have a little bit more cash flow. Card shops are overrated, limited selection, overpriced. I like ComC, eBay. Yeah, Zach, it's one thing to support them. It's another thing to go too crazy because, you know, you got to be smart too. And they got a business to run. And the best ones are the ones now that sell tchotchkes and other stuff like team-related, sports-related stuff other than just cards. Because that's what they sell to actually – the cards are second to that most of the time.
I mean, I think the most successful card shops financially at this point are probably the ones that kind of they have a name, they have a presence on social media, and they kind of use it as an office to where they're spending their downtime listing stuff on eBay, packing stuff, shipping out of it, doing breaks, doing videos, and then obviously, you know, whatever foot traffic comes in. Honestly, one of the big things is probably being able to buy shit because that's one of the things. There's guys who set up at shows just to buy stuff because of the opportunities.
Yep. Yeah, that's very true. Very true, Mike. That's 100%. Garrett, man, I was just thinking, I haven't seen you in a while, man. Welcome back, brother.
Didn't he have a big burly beard in a video the other day?
He does. When LCS is 2 times console showcase cards and the dollar bin, it's Paul. That's true. Not every card that comes out of a box is $1, but you know, I agree. And I like I said, I used to go when I bought boxes, and I could get my box there if it was within a couple of $10-$20. I could get my box there. I don't have to pay for shipping. I don't have to worry about it coming in the mail. I can just get it. And that way my LCS, they don't make a lot of money on boxes, but at least they're moving inventory. And they gave me a reason to go just to look at stuff. But since I don't buy boxes anymore, I just I haven't been to my LCS in over a year. I'm sure that guy thinks I moved or died or something.
Man, whatever happened to that Mets guy?
Oh, he knew me, Big Scott. When I walked in, he watches every once in a while, so he probably knows I'm still living. I asked
There you go.
LCS how they get singles. Like, do they go to shows? And they looked at me like I had 3 heads. I don't get it. The only way I can is they comes through the door. They buy them. I'm glad Mike O doesn't have a beard. That would be too much sexiness on one man. I love the beard, Scott. Looking good, my friend. Yeah, I need to trim it up, but I didn't do it today. I laid down. I was like, I'm going to watch a video on how to get past this one section in the game I'm playing.
I thought you were about to say I'm going to watch a video about how to groom my beard. That's where I thought you were going with that for a second. I was like, okay.
Battery says, remember back in the day when they would make vendor boxes so the card shops could hand correlate complete sets for their customers? Yeah. So, yeah. I don't know how we got on this subject, but yeah, the local LCSs, they look like they around here. I'm sure a lot of them had a boom on they popped up right after COVID. So I'm sure some of them had a boom during COVID. And you're like, hey, I can open up a brick and mortar. One opened up a second shop. But they're doing good business. So, and they're at the shows. We have so many card shows down here. We had one in Charlotte this weekend I didn't know about till last night. But right now I just don't have the finances to go, which I talked about yesterday. So, I really want to go to Philly, and that's what's next on my agenda. So, unless y'all burn the every time I'm looking at the news, something is burning in Philadelphia. So,
yeah, I don't know. You might want to steer clear. Nothing goes right.
So, but like yesterday, I did a video, and tonight I got a funny text from my man Carlos about do a philosophy tonight, and words have meanings and definitions, because we hear a lot of definitions getting thrown around, Mike. And I think one person thinks it means this, one person thinks it means that. One person has a negative, like flipper. Me and you joke to each other about flipping. Yeah, I said flipper. Is that flipper? That's two syllables, right? I did use aboutism last week, which that is a philosophy term, but I'm not going to use that tonight. But like flipper, that is somebody that buys something, sells it for more money most of the time. At least that's what the thought is. To either buy something else or put the money in their pocket, whatever they need to do. That's just another definition of dealer to me. But it's got, when we say flipper,
I think it's a modern, I think my perspective on it, because it's more of a word that's popped up since 2020.
Right.
Not that maybe it's, I kind of think, for me, when I'm thinking flipper, it's definitely it's seen as a derogatory term. Right. And I see it more as someone who's literally buying something to sell instantly. I don't see it as someone who's got a business and they're buying a collection to sell it, because that's actually effort. I consider flipping like the lazy 2020 people who would walk into Walmart or Target and buy a box of Prism to have it sold within 3 days at 3 times the price. And the same thing with Pokemon. That's the way I see it. But I also don't really give a shit, so I'm not going to argue with people.
Right.
I don't put deep thought into it.
Because you don't think it's a negative term. Like, you don't have to buy it, right? It sucked at the time. It's gotten better now. But it's to me, it's just a modern dealer, especially with the internet being so easy to burn and churn your stuff. It's just it's gotten easy to do this. It doesn't matter if you send it in to get graded and then sell it for more of a profit. That, to me, that's a flipper. It don't have to be instantaneous because they waited to send it to a grading service, got it back, and that was happening at the same time you're talking about. Dealers just do it at the next show. They buy stuff, sell it at the next show to burn, to turn over their stuff, and we can call it dealing. And that I like your thought process on it's a quicker motivation. And I really think the term came from tennis shoes and other places where this was more of a normal habit.
See, I don't know. It's also one of those things because there's obviously a lot of dealers, not every dealer, but a lot of dealers are based on people who grew up collecting, who actually have a deep, like, there's a lot of guys that have like an actual deep passion for the hobby, for the sports, for the history of the game. Like, they're actually into it. And I think the thing is, flippers, or what people think of flippers, are the people who actually don't give a shit whatsoever about the hobby or really the sport. They're going to take advantage of stuff like that. That's the other difference. Like, there's different people who buy and sell stuff. Some people, like, they just extend their hobby into their business. It's one of those things, why work one job that pays you $50,000 a year or $75,000 a year or whatever you possibly make that you absolutely hate, that's agony, when you might actually, because that's another thing. Like, if you have your own business, like, most people who don't understand, if you're doing it properly, it's infinitely more work than going to work for someone else where you don't give a shit, but you're putting all that passion into it. And, you're maybe making the same or less, but you're putting in twice as many hours, but you actually you want to see the hobby succeed. You're obviously going to have the scumbags who screw people over, or unethical and stuff, but that's the thing. When you're like, you have a good hobby shop and you want to help them and stuff.
The first pack was sold, right? So
yeah,
that's not a new thing. Yeah. So, that, to me, we need everybody, all parts of this mechanism to work. So to sit there and don't hate, I'm not going to say hate players, but don't hate somebody if they're doing something wrong, but if they're just making a buck, don't hate on them for making the buck, right? If they're doing it scumbagly, then point it out, call it out, whatever. Just watching certain things on your eBay channel, putting watches out on the eBay is not bad. It's a joke on our group chat, but
I hit watch constantly on stuff. I have a giant list. I'll hit it just to get, because some people, and I might have mine set that way for specific things too. If you add something to the watch list, it'll automatically send even 5 or 10% offers. So if it's stuff I'm possibly going to buy or I'm looking at, once I get that offer, I'm going to then buy it then, especially if I'm looking at like new tops inserts or parallels for a Philly set or something. Like, why would I not hit the watch button?
Right. And also hitting the watch button lets you send me offers. I did. That makes no sense. But anyway, that's neither here nor there.
And sometimes I hit it because I'm looking, I want to save that so I can go back to it, because there's sometimes where I want that 99-cent card, but I want to look at it closer later on in the day, or maybe a day or two later when I have a chance to go through and, take advantage of free shipping or combined shipping or something like that. So
let me ask this to everyone. How many times have you hit watch on eBay on something that's stupidly priced to see if it gets sold or what the selling price was at the end? I do that all the time.
And then 2 years later, you delete it?
No, I have a watch for, I bet you, over 5 years on one item, a Gary Carter item. And the dude will not come down off his price, man. It drives me crazy. But I'm just waiting to see. One day he will, and I'll be there. Rockwell would argue that hitting the watch button sets off an unfortunate run of paranoia. Has anybody ever heard of being kicked off of eBay for pushing the watch button? I don't know. Speaking of culture, has anyone tried Benton's Bacon, finest bacon on earth? I watch silly price items to see if they eventually go to auction. I do too. There's many reasons why you hit the watch button for your, and who cares? It's there. But back to definition. Sorry, I got sidetracked.
Here, I'm gonna look right now and see what item I have among my 51,000 listings has the most watches.
Let me ask you this. So, with all your watch people, does that mess you up selling the product because somebody's watching it? I don't understand.
I think it allows me to send an offer.
Yeah, Zach, that's exactly right. And one day, I have a nice little bonus coming my way at work. I have extra money. Now I have that watch list. I can go and say, oh, I'm going to get something nice for myself. And, that watch list comes in handy then. You're waiting, or
I currently have 62 people watching my 2018 Topps Chrome Sapphire Ronald Acuna Jr. PSA 10 Gem Mint rookie auto.
Let me see, Garrett.
62 watchers. 46 people watching my 2017 Topps Chrome rookie autograph blue refractor Aaron Judge SGC 9.
It's been so long since I've gone through my watch list. Right now, I have a lot of female wrestler 8x10s on here. So
I got 26 people. Like the people who are watching a lot are all popular cards. 26 people watching a Brian Dawkins auto. 24 people watching a Bobby Witt rookie parallel to 5. 22 people watching a Babe Ruth relic card. So 13 people watching a Cy Young card. Like people are watching them because maybe they're just looking for the right card and it's something that they might go back to in the future. Like who knows why they're watching them? I don't care.
So one I've been watching, it's a 2019 card. I've probably been watching this for about 3 years now. It's a Pete Alonso auto. It's one of the 3 different ones they did at the National. I got one of them. I would like to pick up the other 2, but this one's on sale for $4,000. It's a PSA 10. But there's only so many of them out there. So, I'm looking. Watch, it's probably sold or something. I haven't cleared it off. Let's see here. I'll find it, Gary, and get it out there somehow. I don't see it. I might have not have renewed it. It's not on my watch list right now, so it might have got sold.
Good I guess I got to mark down this 2018 Bowman Platinum Pete Alonso SGC 10 card because I just looked that's been listed on eBay since July 20th, 2021. 3 years, 7 months.
How much you got it at?
$30. I guess it should be like 20. I don't know.
I have a list of vintage I want to add to it all the time. I don't remember. I have no reason to buy it. I don't just pace myself. Hell of a deal. Yeah. On that Pete Alonso. Yeah, that Pete Alonso, the National, they only had 3 different copies. I bought one the next day for $150 from a dealer, and he said, I know this is too cheap, but I don't know what to price it at. And I was like, I'll buy it right now. I gave him the cash and walked away. Felt good about it. And I see this one at $4,000, another version. 3 different pictures, all hand on card autos. So really, really cool. But the Gary Carter was 6 or 8 autographs, dual-sided card, and it was like $450, and it had him and Keith Hernandez on it. but the other ones were a little bit, typical 80s and early 90s autos. Like, I think it was like Tommy Herr and things like that. So
Fantastic former Philly.
yeah,
Better known as a Cardinal.
those typical cards, like, those autos, Corey Snyder or something like that. So, but anyway, back. So now I want to get to another thing, the duality of, like, we talked about dealer and flipper. Here's other duality: collector, hoarder. Like, what makes a difference in your mind, Mike? I loved your difference for the other one.
I mean, I feel like a collector's a collector. To me, a hoarder is someone who just saves trash, but that's just based on experience from I've seen. If you're like, I don't know,
you just got a bunch of trash today of Phillies cards.
I mean, that's a little perspective, but if you're saving like empty peanut butter jars, that's where I feel like you might be a hoarder. When you got shit piled to your ceiling and it's not cool, like,
yeah, you got to make pass through the floor, but you don't have. It doesn't have to be just trash. It could be, you just don't throw out, like, you got magazines from 1962, things like that.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it could be seen as hoarding if you're, saving every single common card you've ever had and they're stacked all over the place. Like,
right.
That's kind of, sometimes maybe it depends how much space you have to store stuff too.
Right. You're not a hoarder until you're tripping over it, I guess. Because
hoarding seems like a problem. Collecting is,
a collector, hoarder is a hoarder that can find their stuff. Yeah, because I've been yesterday I emptied out a drawer that I had full of these cases where I get my cards, like Throwback Thursdays and all that stuff. Well, it really doesn't fit but raw cards, and so I can't really use them to send stuff. So I like to send them. If I put something in there, I like to have a sleeve on it at least. So I threw away all of those, a bunch of stuff. So, just trying. I got a 2-bedroom and I'm always trying to find ways to make space to enjoy my collection that I enjoy.
Shouldn't have signed that lease. Should have gotten a bigger place so you could have.
I can't afford it more, place, brother.
You gotta start hustling and flipping more quarter cards.
I flipped those to get my high dollar, or not higher, some more Pete Alonso's. They take up less room. That's at least what I tell myself to feel better about things. So I have to stop buying larger print pictures. I don't have room right now to hang up stuff. Like, it's gotten pretty bad. My apartment is not much wall being seen.
Not too much more room next to the pisser for
well,
beautiful things to be hung up.
That room's full. That room, my bathroom it's nice. I like my bathroom. I prefer to call us bulk collectors. Yeah. And I've talked about it before, man. Finding this community, the one thing that I can say that's a plus outside of the friendships and all that stuff that we all love is it really taught me it's okay to get rid of stuff. Like, when I grew up with it, I was a collector, so it was okay to keep I opened up a pack of cards, I had an organization and put them away, and they just sat in a box. But now I feel okay. That when I first started selling cards 4 years ago, 5 years ago, when I really got to be friends with Mike and all those guys, and for me to finally sell stuff, that was a hard place for me to get. And now it's I can't sell it fast enough. I want to make room. To what? To buy more. But to each his own. Every card I have is organized very intentionally. Hoarder is someone who just buys and never organize. That's good. Yeah, I'm that way. I have OCD or ODC or POY, whatever it's called. POV. I have, when I buy stuff right now, I got a pile beside me that's driving me crazy. Our man Hitman hit it on his video today. I need to do something with this pile, and I'm trying to get to a point in listing on sport lots. Then I'll stop and get rid of this pile, then get back to doing sport lots. And I didn't list anything on eBay today. I just didn't have time. So I'll get back to that on Friday. I don't know how the rest of y'all feel about eBay, but I feel like if you're doing auction, I think Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Sunday, of course, is the best day to end them. But
should I send some auctions should I send some listings to auction tonight?
That's what to get rid of stuff. That's what I'm doing. And I put 2 cards on yesterday, and instantly, as soon before I started listing the next card, I got best offers. One, I start the bid at 10. The guy offered me $12, and I was like, no, I think I'll wait to see what the auction ranks. And before I went to bed that night, it was already up to almost $50. So, and that was first day. So I was like, well, that's all the people that are putting their bids in for. Now it'll probably be dead till next week, or till Friday. And then I did an Acuna yesterday, and somebody asked me what I was feeling. He put a bid. No, he didn't put a bid in. He sent me a message asking what I was thinking that I wanted to get off of it. I told him. Of course, I went a little high, thinking he might come back and give me a best offer somewhere under there, but he didn't. I think he put a bid in. So we'll see. So battery, I got a car at Acuna 70th blue Bowman, first card. I think it is. So maybe it's not a first card. I can't remember. And a little Acuna got hurt today. Son of a bitch. You can always hang stuff
preseason.
And you can enjoy while relaxing in bed. Yeah. Prefer to call us bulk collectors. Yeah. Every card. Yeah. This right. Who says I don't, Carlisle? Let's see. I am not very good at navigating. It's my first day. Yeah, the other one was a Mookie Betts at $41. This is good stuff right here, boy. This is good video. This is good live. Of the Acuna. Okay. So there you go right there. So right now it's only one bid on it. It is the first Bowman 70th Chrome blue refractor. You can also email me if you thinking about something you want to purchase. We can talk about something. I'd rather get it to a collector. That's how I am, man. That's what I feel good about sport lots is I think That's more of a collector one, and I feel good. I know it's a lot of people that are on there. Like I'm sure a guy I sold 115 to, it probably was beefing up his dollar box, but that's fine. That's also fine. I think on there though it's really good for like helping collectors on that sport lots. And because I ain't really
Cody Bellinger flipper.
I have a Cody on there.
I
How'd
see.
you see that?
I just went to your auctions real quick.
Yeah.
Dave Portnoy.
Yeah, I have a few Cody.
You got to add some to these part. You got to add to some of these SGC. Be like part of Miko bulk submission as seen on YouTube.
That's right.
See if it gets you even less money.
As seen on Miko's channel. Yeah. So that is that was some of the things because like the reason why I was talking about that is it seems like people that want to categorize modern, and I hate, here we go, and I don't hate, I'm going to talk about it. I keep saying that because I don't want everybody to get their feelings all bunched up in panties and shit. But I'm sorry, it doesn't matter what year the card is. You can be a dealer or you could be a flipper. It just doesn't matter. I am I'm looking right at my Darth Vader. So, and they want to make these things like judgment calls and look down their nose and call somebody that's, or I say certain people, if it's a modern seller or all modern people or flippers, okay, who cares? If that was
man, I'm gonna file a complaint.
So
you suck. Everyone boycott Big Scott 35's eBay. Right. Because this guy is one of these guys who has the auto decline on, so he can't even get a feel for what people offer. So I just wasted my time making a bullshit offer.
I did not. I don't. Shouldn't have auto decline on.
Well, you do on this Max Scherzer because I just typed out a whole big thing about how he sucks. He gave up a home run in a spring training game today to a Philly to the opposite field. Made my bullshit dollar offer only to get the seller declined your offer automatically. What a waste of my time.
You're too short. That gives you a feeling that dollars
too
too small.
Damn, I wish I copied and pasted all that shit I typed. I'm only kidding. Don't boycott. Just don't waste your time making dollar offers with wise ass comments. Other people can do it on my thing all the time, but
hey, Paul. Yeah, some asshole said he's easy. What I say, easy. I mean, what that asshole say? He's easy to work with. Push over. I'm like, nobody reads. He said, everybody got the most ridiculous offers after that. Woo! Good times. So that was my point tonight. I just hear all these things, and I think everybody, if you're gonna use them, define them, what your meaning is, because some of these words just get thrown around and you're like, I don't understand, because some people might actually label themselves a flipper, but then you label something else that they're not be happy to be in that same label group with. So and I know we should be thicker skinned and worried about some bullshit like that, but it was just something that I heard in the past few weeks going along with rivalry and all this other stuff. That's why I'm saying words have meanings, because when you sit there and say, is there a difference or versus between modern and vintage, is a lot different than saying there's a rivalry or, things like that. I just want people to pay attention to what words they're using, including myself. And again, I get called out, and I don't mind getting called out. I apologize and change my mind. My mind could be changed. Fuck you, Mike. You remember, I have 3 screens. I see what's going on all the time. So
Watchdog Scott 35. Yeah, do
there
you
you
have
go,
a
battery.
this is kind of a goofy card, but do you have a Pete Alonso freaking half naked card of him getting water or Gatorade dumped on him with the rookie cup?
Yeah, I think so.
Gatorade bath cup variation. I just saw someone post one for sale on
I think I got
on
that.
Twitter.
That's the short print. That was before the golden mirror or mirror golden.
Yeah, I think
whatever.
it's just from his second year.
Yeah, it's a short print variation. I think I had the only like short print. I don't have the mirror from last year because I don't like that.
Is he wearing like a jacket or something stupid?
Yeah, he's showing the inside of his. I was like, what the? I'm not paying. Yeah, I have that. I don't understand. I didn't like that picture. I'm not going to pay a lot. And the other one I don't have is the polar bear, super short print, super duper, which people want like $400 for, $350, which I'm not paying that for that card. So, some short prints. That's why I don't go after that golden mirror stuff, because the only ones I can really find are the guys that are the bench players or somebody I don't give a shit about, and they're still overpriced. So I'm not overpaying for that. So they can stay somewhere else. As much as I would like to have them in my collect, I'd rather get autos of Pete or Gary or David or Frank or the kid Junior. That's just how I am, bitch. That asshole auto decline. But that's all the point I wanted to make. I know it wasn't a very harsh point. I didn't want to get too in the lead. Yes, Wesker Griff. I don't know if you saw the beginning, but I got my man on here. Hashtag Dirty South tonight, and I just want people to just think a little bit and have fun. Have fun. Who cares with the labeling and all that crap? You buy something from somebody, sell something to somebody. Who gives a shit if they had it 1 day, 2 days, flipping it for something else? I just don't care. It's all part of the hobby. That's all I care about. I just, like my man Victor said today, rechurning old crap, talking about the same shit, and I just want to be positive, and I'm not getting into all that. I took a philosophy class and also slept in a Holiday Inn Express last night. So
did you? Why? What was wrong with your apartment?
I didn't. It's just an old commercial.
I'm aware. Trying to be a wise ass.
Yeah, I know you gotta be a wise ass. But that's all I was getting into, Mike. You got anything before we head out tonight? Good show, good fun with everybody, laughing. I really look forward to these Sunday
I don't know.
nights.
Did you mention? I don't know if you talked last week. I don't remember last week, but you do realize like Topps Heritage High Number is coming out. They finally announced.
No, I did not know that.
It's ridiculous. Like, I don't know what took so long for a paper product.
I'd rather that it not to come out right at this point. You know what I'm saying? Like
regular Topps Heritage should be coming out.
So we might have one more Schemes rookie coming out, huh?
Yeah.
Is that what you're telling me?
And I think there's supposed to be tons of. I don't know if they cut back the amount they made. I didn't really look high depth into it, but I think it's like tons of Chrome cards and stuff. I think it's only a 200 card set, which I don't know. Maybe that's what Heritage High Number. That probably is what it usually is, because Heritage is probably about 500 cards, right? But there's green bordered ones. There's dark blue bordered parallels, aqua. There's like all kinds of goofy parallels.
So it's just not going to be as many cards set, but with a bunch of inserts. because the one thing, like, talk shit about Prism. I've opened up a good probably 8 blasters, and they have a lot of inserts. I get a lot of color. I noticed when you opened up the Topps Chrome, there was a lot of color in here. It looked like a fun break. But you get to the baseball, and it's just like...
Yeah, I think that's what I saw. There's 5 Chrome base/parallels per hobby box, which Chrome used to be like 1 per box for Heritage. So I'm guessing production's down a little bit.
Right.
But no checklist yet. I think it comes out maybe in 3 weeks. I think it's towards the end of March.
Look, Fanatics, just stop with this bullshit. Don't wait when it get. I know you got to fulfill your whatever the contract is. I mean, they haven't got to their actual contract yet, so they're still filling the Topps contracts. And I've seen and heard what those contracts were, and they're pretty dumb. Just give some of the money back and not print it. It's ridiculous at this point to come out with a 2024 product.
I don't think any other products are currently announced. I see Carlisle asking about Platinum. Like,
yeah,
I don't even know. Maybe outside of Bowman, I don't think anything else is officially announced. Like, Fanatics has been slow as hell with that. Topps used to put out like a list at some point.
Yeah, you would know.
Like,
you would know at the beginning of the year the whole plan was for the whole season almost.
I know they announced something as some kind of, I guess there's a series starting somewhere. What is it? Cubs Dodgers.
Yeah, Tokyo.
Yeah, there's some kind of special set coming out for
that.
Right,
they got time to do that. Like I said, we didn't get Topps Heritage High number, but we got the Chris Berman special, which everybody was really looking forward to. Nobody even knew it was coming out. What the fuck? What the fuck, Fanatics?
Whoa, this.
I'm sorry. This
episode is rated R. You got to insert that at the beginning of your thing.
Hey, it's after 15 minutes. After that, you can say whatever you want and get away with it.
Is that the rule?
Yeah. But, I don't get monetized anyway. So as long as I don't do anything really, really bad, like show a booby or something, we're good. Next week, the Dirty South is coming to the Cradle of Civilization. If you think the Cradle of Civilization is Philadelphia, yeah, this thing right here. If y'all want to see about the Cheetos are, I think Carlos has a special on that on his channel. I think sold for $84,000 or something stupid. The only one more pathetic than Chris Berman said is that I bought all the Braves for the set for Micah. Dude, I got some Pete Alonso and other stuff out of it. So I'm a degenerate too. I'm going to sit there and talk shit about it, but it's got cards in it. I mean, let's be real. It's got cards.
I sold my Jim Rice auto the other day for $35.
Your Jim Rice, what out of the
Berman's Boomer Baseball or whatever. I didn't mind the set.
The Jim Rice. I have a Jim Rice auto that I keep. I got it out of Archives one year. He signs a lot.
Yeah, I think I'm sure I have a stack of his stuff. I specifically have a Ginter or 2 of them signed, which is what I need for the collection. So.
I like to have one of the players like I grew up with. Like I have a Ben Oglivie autograph that I got out of Archives. I grew up with Ben Oglivie, so.
Philly show is canceled. It ain't even the Philly show this year. It's the freaking Eagles show.
What is it called?
It's the Eagles show. It's every asshole, any bit associated with the Eagles is signing. They're grifting the shit out of these. They got some freaking loser who I don't even know who he is with this oversized hat. Ed knows what his name is. I don't know who the hell.
Yes.
He's the type of guy you would think would be the first 100 fans are free and most people throw the ticket out. I'm pretty sure, unless Ed's full of shit, which he definitely could have just been trolling, said it was $50 for that guy's autograph. Yes, what nut would pay $50 for that loser's autograph?
I went on the site.
You got the security guard that got freaking suspended a few games a few years ago. Who would pay money for that guy's autograph? Like, these people are nuts.
Mike Schmidt is there. Steve Carlton is there.
Yeah, it's probably no line, no waiting because everyone wants a freaking
Probably that's about the only baseball I
eighth
saw.
string offensive lineman and the
They're pretty.
super
All the
fan.
autographs are pretty expensive too.
There were a
Jalen
lot of
Hurts,
baseball guys. I think they postponed them to the following show.
Jalen Hurts was like $500. So I was like, that's actually not too bad. I mean, I've seen pool. I was at a Nashville pool house was 600. A Rod was over 600, but you got to see J Lo up close. Oh, geez. Let's stir it. Don't stir up my man Ed tonight, please. So with that, I'm going to leave y'all with that. Again, enjoy these Sundays. I'm glad y'all choose to participate with me on my channel. Good friends. If you're at the Philly show next week, please say hi. I should be there Saturday and Sunday. Don't know if I'll make it in the building Friday, but hopefully I'll be going out to dinner with friends. 2 or 3 of them are on here now. So if you're in the area, please get in touch with us and join us for dinner. So until then, see ya.
Jeez.